Haddad images of Montreal presents a visit to the Temple of Horus at Edfu, Egypt. Temple of Horus is one of the last great attempts by the Greek Ptolemies to build an Egyptian-style monument on a large scale. It is the second largest temple in Egypt after Karnak. This temple escaped destruction from the Nile floods because it was built on a rise above the river valley. The construction of this temple started in 237 before Christ by Ptolemy III Euergetes I and was finished in 57 before Christ by Ptolemy XII Neos Dionysus, Cleopatra's father. It was believed that the temple was built on the site of the great battle between Horus and his bad uncle Seth, who killed his father Osiris and mutilated his body. The temple was uncovered by Maurice in the 1860s during the Napoleon campaign on Egypt. Horus is the falcon god of the sky and protector of the pharaoh. He is the son of Isis and Osiris. The goddess Hathor is his wife. From him she conceived their son Harsamtau. Horus was worshipped from the early dynastic period, which started at 3100 before Christ and on. He is depicted as a falcon or a human with falcon head. Egypt Air has taken Horus as its logo. Pylon means the gateway to the inner part of an ancient Egyptian temple. The first pylon is 36 meters high. It is guarded by two huge splendid granite falcons and decorated with colossal reliefs of Ptolemy VII, Neos Dionysus, in typical scenes of the pharaoh in battle with his enemies. We can see him grasping the hair of his enemies, about to smash their skulls in front of the god Horus. The top of the pylon is decorated by the solar disk of the god Ra and the wings of Horus as amulet for protection. Above the scenes of Neos Dionysus, I found Ptolemy III in front of different gods. Also, there are halls to hold the flags in festival occasions. The Great Court has 52 columns which are not alike. Here, offerings were once made to Horus. On the inside of the first pylon, there are reliefs of the Feast of the Beautiful Meeting, which is the annual reunion between Horus and his wife Hathor. During the third month of summer, the priests of the Dendera complex would place the statue of Hathor on her shrine bark and would bring the statue to Edfu temple, where it was believed that Horus and Hathor shared the conjugal visit to give birth to their son, Horus'S. The great celebration of the beautiful meeting lasted for 4 to 5 days. I also found reliefs for Horus and Hod, the god of wisdom, knowledge, and patron of scripts. Both were purifying the Ptolemy with water. Other reliefs showed the coronation of the Ptolemy by Nekhbet, symbol of Upper Egypt, wearing the crown of Upper Egypt, and Widget, symbol of Lower Egypt, wearing the white crown of Lower Egypt. Hypostyle hall means strikingly impressive section of temple, characterized by densely packed monumental columns. In this hall there are 2 chambers, one to the left and one to the right. The one on the right was the temple library, where the ritual texts were stored. The chamber on the left was a vestry for the priests. Also, I found reliefs of the Ptolemy in front of Horus and Hathor, measuring the land and starting the construction of the temple. In another relief, there was the Ptolemy donating the temple to Horus. Also another relief of the pharaoh putting the first stone of the temple and presenting it to the god Horus. The inner hypostyle hall has 12 columns, which are smaller than the outer hypostyle hall. Also, there is a treasure room where offerings were stored. In this room, I found a relief for the Ptolemy purifying the temple with water. As you advance in the temple, the ceiling gets lower and the light gets dimmer to give mystery to the temple till you reach the sanctuary, which was considered as holy of the holiest. The sanctuary of Horus contains the polished granite shrine that once housed the 60 centimeter high gold statue of Horus. It is created by Nectanebo II, who ruled between 360 and 343 before Christ, making it the oldest relic in this temple. The ritual procedures for the pharaoh to get into the sanctuary is to knock on the door of the sanctuary to take the permission to enter. And he did the rituals in front of Horus, and he burned incense. After finishing the procedure, the pharaoh steps out of the sanctuary by his back till he is completely out of the sanctuary. All around Horus sanctuary there are 10 shrines of other gods. We are going to visit the shrine of Amun-Min, the god of fertility. And I found reliefs for the Ptolemy in front of Amun-Min and the goddess Hathor. We can see now the Ptolemy in front of Amun-Min and the Ptolemy making offering to Amun-Min. We can recognize Amun-Min by one hand, one leg, and erected penis being the god of fertility. During the festivals of the new year, the statue of Horus would be taken to here, where it would be recharged by the sun. A depiction on the ceiling shows the voyage of the solar bark through the 12 hours of the day, with image of the goddess Nut, goddess of the sky. Osiris is the father of Horus. Osiris's brother Seth was jealous of him because he was successful. So he killed him, cut down his body into small pieces, and threw it out all over Egypt. Isis is the wife of Osiris. She fled all over Egypt and succeeded to retrieve the body of Osiris. By the help of Anubis, the god of embalming, she reassembled her husband's body. Isis and her sister Nephthys used their immense magic powers and prayers to restore Osiris back to life. Osiris was resurrected and was crowned as the god of the afterlife. Isis reinvigorated Osiris, and she conceived her son Horus. Horus was raised to avenge his father. He defeated his uncle Seth and became the living pharaoh on earth. The reliefs here show the battle between Horus and Seth, who is shown in the form of a hippopotamus. We can see that his tiny size rendering him less threatening to Horus. At the end of the drama, the priests are shown cutting up a hippo-shaped cake and eating it to destroy Seth completely.